Look over the Arkansas River down there to Ozark. It's hot there. It's hot everywhere, Matt.
It definitely is. I want to show you what it looks like outside with the radar and satellite. We're starting to get a couple clouds coming in from Missouri, which is a good thing. I mean, they're not too thick, but they're just thick enough to give you a little shade in northwest Arkansas. We really need it in the River Valley. We're baking. We've got temperatures still at 100 degrees just south of Fort Chaffee and Greenwood right now. Otherwise, mid and upper 90s south of the mountains, mid and low 90s in northwest Arkansas. You're trying to see some little raindrops flirting with southern parts of Missouri there towards McDonald County right now. A lot of those showers are not even reaching the ground. They shrivel up, they evaporate because it's so hot before they even can get close to hitting you while you're walking around outside. But we're going to be watching for a few extra clouds coming into Benton County and Washington County next couple of hours. I think as they drop south into the River Valley, they'll continue to fall apart a little bit. But we're watching those clouds just because of a cold front that swept through parts of the Great Lakes today. Some good thunderstorms with that as well. But we're on the tail end, and notice how the southern end is a lot weaker than the northern end, just because these southern showers are close to the high pressure, so they have a hard time thriving, where the showers and thunderstorms well away from the high pressure can thrive because you don't have this high pressure kind of bullying them. But right now, it's warm, it's humid, this ridge of high pressure is locked into place, but there are some good signs to talk about. So tomorrow, yep, high pressure just to our south and west, keeping us warm and humid. As we get to the weekend, it is still going to be pretty hot here. But one thing we're going to notice is that the high pressure should slip back west to parts of New Mexico, West Texas. What that means for us is that we're still going to remain hot, but when we're looking at the upper levels, the jet stream will start to flirt with us a little bit more. That gives us better chances for a few clouds and maybe a stray shower to try to cool you off. Most of us will not get one, but there will be that chance as the jet stream gets a little bit closer to us this weekend. Starting next week, though, it retreats back off towards the north, brings those rain chances back towards Indiana and Illinois, while we bake once again. So we're just trying to look for these little dips, and it looks like the next dip hits us for Saturday and Sunday. Until then, your backyard forecast filled with 90s. Some of us trying to hit those 100s tomorrow. Some of us did hit the 100s in the River Valley today. We should stay from the 100s in northwest Arkansas for probably another week, but we're going to keep climbing as well into the upper 90s as we get to next week. Of course, UV index, that's high as well, and it's going to continue to be high next several days. Here's your forecast tomorrow. Very similar to what we had today. We've added about a degree or two to some of the thermometers across 5 country. It's going to be warm. It's going to be humid. We have that southwest wind out there, especially if you live a little bit higher up in the elevation. Maybe you live on Kavanaugh Hill. Maybe you live up near Brushy. Maybe you live in Mountainburg. You're getting a little bit of that wind. You go a little bit farther, closer to the river, farther down kind of in elevation, you don't get as much of that wind. But hopefully you can get at least a south wind out there just to keep the air moving. Of course, it's still out of the southwest, which keeps on bringing the heat and some of that humidity too. And when we talk about the humidity, that's probably going to climb up a little bit the next several days, as well as the temperature. So you combine that together, the heat index, or what it feels like, will probably be well over 100 degrees going through the weekend, both in northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. We're just hoping that jet stream starts to slip south the next several days. Sometimes we're watching these dips towards Seattle. We just got to see when the next one will try to come at us. And so it may be a little bit of time before that takes place, maybe even the next week. We're just bouncing around the humidity. Until then, guys, it's summer. This is typically our warmest week of the year, the last week of July and heading into August, and definitely the weather is appropriate right now. Of course, you would want some cool downs on the way, and yes, it's hot this weekend, but a few extra clouds may give you a shade at least once in a while.
It may be the hottest week, but we're just not used to it.
No, yeah, especially
You guys aren't used to
We
it?
haven't been used to it this year.
this year's not been
Yeah.
bad. You've kind of had an
Really?
easy summer to work into.
This was an easy summer?
Ain't nothing.
Oh my gosh.
10 years ago, when it was 110 for 14 or 16
It was
days
bad,
straight,
yeah.
Really?
then maybe, but yeah, this
Oh
time
my
it's...
goodness, that is brutal.
We'll get through it, though.
right.
By this time next week, you just never know.
You never know.
So we'll see.
So much fun. Thanks, Matt.
No problem.
Isaiah Joe and Jalen Williams back where it all began. Teammates at Northside, both played at Arkansas.